PR Connections Radio presents.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. I'm your host, Jesse Oakley III, and the purpose of the Sunday Morning Chat Series is I get to interview a plethora of positive people that are making big differences in their communities. Speakers, writers, entertainers, musicians, you name it, you'll hear them first right here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series. And many of you people know that I'm involved in an organization called Toastmasters. And Toastmasters, I've been a part of this organization for 20 plus years. And I've been in different roles and different journeys through Toastmasters. Now today, I'm here to interview an amazing leader who is a program quality director for District 1 Toastmasters. And we're going to talk about what Toastmasters is, where she got started, and some great words of wisdom for you, the happy people. And without further delay, please let me welcome District 1 Toastmaster, Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Shawnte Howard. Hey, Shawnte, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you, Jesse?
I'm doing quite well. And without any further delay, let's chat.
Let's chat.
All right, and could you give us your definition of what Toastmasters is all about?
Oh, absolutely. I think the big phrase that we all hear a lot and love to say is Toastmasters is where leaders are made, which is true. It is very true. But I would like to add to that a little bit. And for me, Toastmasters is not just about where leaders are made. It is where community is made. And it's also where you as an individual are made. And so it is an amazing organization.
All right, fantastic. Great definition. Now, next question for you is this. We know about Toastmasters. We got my start in Toastmasters 20 plus years ago. How did you get your start? And just take us to your beginnings in Toastmasters.
Oh, wow. Well, compared to you, Jesse, in your 20 plus years, I'm a baby in Toastmasters. I've only been in Toastmasters for about I'm going on my 5th year. It'll be my 5th year in July. And I had heard about the organization maybe 10 plus years before I actually took the plunge and did any research to join or to find out about the organization. I've heard about it from a fellow employee that kind of mentioned it in passing. Back in the day, I was very verbose and used a lot of filler words. And they were like, you could benefit from Toastmasters. And I said, what is that? And they were like, oh, it's an organization with public speaking. You'll do great. And I said, okay. And then completely forgot about it. 10 years later, we're in COVID. And I'm home and I'm sitting here thinking, okay, I want to do something, right? We were all in a state of confusion. We didn't know what tomorrow was going to be. And I said, well, this is a perfect time for me to use some kind of personal development. And so for whatever reason, the universe said, hey, remember that thing called Toastmasters? You should look it up. So I went to toastmasters.org and our lovely friend Find a Club. And I went, yes, I am a Find a Club baby. Find a Club, for those who don't know, is a space on Toastmasters.org where you can search clubs in your area. And when I Find a Club, I put in my zip code and I found a club in my neighborhood. The woman contacted me less than an hour after I had submitted my request, and the rest is history.
All right, that's one heck of a start, especially 5 years. And guess what? Doesn't matter 5 years or 20 years, the journey in Toastmaster always continues.
Absolutely.
All right. Now we talked about your start in Toastmasters. What has been a challenging moment for you within this journey within Toastmasters?
Oh, the challenging moment for me was really defining what I wanted to get out of the program and then moving forward and finding that boundary and making it happen. And I say that because one of the maybe I was going to say lessons, maybe not lessons, but one of the things that was presented to me when I first started was you're in Toastmasters for 2 reasons. Either you want to be an amazing public speaker or you want to be a great leader. And you needed to choose which path. And of course, in my mind, I said, I can do both. So my first year, I competed in speech contests with Toastmasters. And my first year was all about just being on the stage. And then leadership called me. And so for me, it was really finding where I wanted to go within myself, within my life, within my work outside of Toastmasters, and how I can use Toastmasters to help me shape what that looked like. And so I ended up going the leadership route, and I never looked back.
All right, fantastic leadership route. And I really appreciate the leadership route. And we've been through different leadership, whether it be in club leadership, district leadership, international leadership. Leadership is a great learning and wonderful lesson within Toastmasters. Now, speaking of leadership and anything in Toastmasters, what has been the best moments you experienced in this organization?
Oh, that is such a hard question because there's so many best moments in Toastmasters. The I can think of so many. I can think of the first time I did the first speech contest. I was a nervous wreck. I was probably the last person you'd ever expect to get up in front of over 100 people and give a speech that I wrote, but I did it. So that was an amazing moment. Another amazing moment was when I decided to jump into leadership, advanced leadership outside my club. That opened up a whole new world for me. Yes, club leadership is great, and I still maintain that in multiple clubs. But when you go outside the district or outside your club, it is just on a global scale. You learn so much about different cultures, different people. It is absolutely amazing. And I could probably name about 10 more, but for the sake of time, I won't. There's so many great moments.
Oh my goodness. And program quality director. Now, I've mentioned
Mhm.
about program quality director in the title. Could you
Yes.
briefly explain what the program quality director does and what how they work with a fellow district lead trio?
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, we have what we call the trio, and there are three separate positions that help lead our respective districts. So, at the first level of the trio, you have your club growth director who is responsible for building clubs. They're responsible for helping members in the individual clubs with club retention and challenges, growth, things of that nature, and also bringing new clubs into the organization. My role, I sit kind of in the middle. I'm a program quality director. I am responsible for help assisting with the education of the Toastmasters program. So I help with we have what we call pathways, which is our learning system, which is 6 amazing paths that, depending on your personal goals in life, you can use to help you build those strengths and skills. And so I help lead that program. I also help with training. So I train the upcoming officers and the upcoming leaders into the organization. And then my third and final is my personal favorite, speech contest. Yes, I get to assist with the speech contest. So I still have a hand in it, even though I'm not on stage. I'm behind the stage helping put it together. So that's kind of the roles of the program quality. And then the district director is I'd like to say our CEO, if for lack of better words, and they oversee everything and guide all of us.
Cool, fantastic. Now, someone out there, they're watching this video and they are amazed with our journey, especially your journey within the role of Toastmaster within 5 years. And there's somebody out there that's saying, wow, this Shawnte is amazing. I really want to be like her and I really want to be in her shoes. If you were to meet that person face to face that's inspired by you and want to do what you're doing and want to be in your shoes, what advice would you give that person right there?
Yeah, I would tell them that there are two things that I would encourage them to do. The first thing is to listen to your heart and follow your intuition. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to learn? Where do you need to grow in your personal life? What do you want to gain from the experience of just life in general? Right? So, where do you want to be in life? Listen to your heart, listen to your intuition. Once your intuition kind of guides you into a direction, even if it's not the final destination, it's just, hey, I want to start in hospitality. I want to start learning how to speak more. I want to be on a do a TED Talk, whatever it is. Once you get that, use Toastmasters, as I like to say, your playground for practice, because Toastmasters is where you can make mistakes. It's where you can get positive, constructive feedback. It's where you're going to learn and where you're going to grow. So follow your intuition and then use Toastmasters as your playground to really define your message.
Beautiful words, beautiful words, beautiful words. Now, I'm sure that after hearing that, that person wants to join and jump into Toastmasters with feet on the
Yes,
ground, ready to go for that journey. And I'll tell you what, once you at the beginning, nothing can stop you.
nothing.
Nothing can stop you, exactly. Now, people heard us talk about Toastmasters back and forth with each other throughout this recording. How can more people know about Toastmasters, whether it be Toastmasters in general or maybe District 1 per se? Where could they actually go to learn more information?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the best place to start if you don't know where to start is to go online and do a little bit of research. You will have to do some work on your end. Go to toastmasters.org, go to find a club, put in your zip code, and you are going to see maybe close to 100 clubs, but take the time to go through it. Search, see what names inspire you, see what really, gets your heart jumping, and visit. You don't have to make the commitment on the first day. Just go and visit. Visit one, visit two, visit 10. I
Hmm.
would say start there. If you know somebody in Toastmasters, then I would say tap that person, ask them what do they enjoy about Toastmasters, and then go visit their club. Because sometimes when we have friends or family members that are in Toastmasters, they can speak to us in a different language that we might not, that somebody on the outside may not be able to do, right? So being able to go to somebody that you trust and love and say, why do you go to these Toastmaster meetings and what are you getting out of it? And getting that feedback, I think would be great. So go to find a club and ask a friend if you have one in Toastmasters.
All right. And how could they get to, let's say they happen to be in a District 1 community,
Hmm.
how could they actually go to District 1 Toastmasters?
Oh, absolutely. So District 1, we have our own special website, and it's district the number 1 toastmasters.org. You can go to district1.toastmasters.org, and on there you will also see our clubs, you'll see information. You'll even find pictures of me and other leaders on there that you can contact us and ask us questions. So go to district1toastmasters.org.
All right. Now, this next portion of the recording is shout out portion. And there are so many people that like to give shout outs to. And if you can give a shout out to many people for making this journey possible, who would you like to give shout outs to?
There's so many people, but for this journey, I would give a shout out to multiple people. But I would say first and foremost, I'd give shout out to Muriel Shabazz. She is a fellow Toastmaster, and it was her who responded to my Find a Club within an hour and got me excited and really energized about being in Toastmasters in general. I would also have to give a shout out to Kathleen Andrews, who was the area director who visited my club and saw me and said, you know what? I think you'd make a good area director. You should be my assistant. And I said, what's an area director? She said, just follow me. It'll be fine. And I listened and I just said, okay, I don't know all the answers, but I'm just gonna follow you. And I did. I was her assistant for about half a year. And the next year I joined leadership. So I blame leadership on her because she's the one who got me into it. And then last but definitely not least, Joan Lewis. Joan Lewis has been my mentor for the past 2 years since I've gotten into district leadership on in the trio level, and she has just been my mentor and by my side and guiding me, and she's been absolutely amazing. So, and there's probably a dozen other people I could name, but those three definitely have been influential on my journey.
And I'm very familiar with those three ladies, especially Joan Lewis. And
Yes.
interesting fact, Joan, when before I became region advisor in 2016, 2017, Joan
Hmm.
was my predecessor, and she mentored me through the process of region advisor. And then
Wow.
she was also became international director, a part of the member of the board
Yes.
for Toastmasters from 2018 to 2020. And
Yes.
I've not too long followed after her in 2022 and 2024. So when you talked about many people, especially Joan, this has been truly fantastic for
Yes.
all the different people. So it's those are great shout outs, Shawnte. Very great
Oh,
shout out.
thank you.
All right. Now the one question I have, the final question I do have for you is
Mhm.
directed to my people that watch these episodes. And my people and my crew are called the happy people. And they always love great words of wisdom from the people that I interviewed today. Now, if you have some solid words of wisdom for my people, my crew, the happy people, what would it be?
Happy people, that's already a great start. So I already know the people in your community have great energy, Jesse. So to all the happy people, I would love to say, follow your heart, your intuition. It will never steer you wrong. Once you follow it, do not be afraid to fail. I know sometimes we get nervous and we're scared that we're going to make mistakes. Make mistakes. Make all the mistakes, because that is how you learn. That is how you grow. So follow your heart, make mistakes, and use Toastmasters as your playground for practice. It will never steer you wrong. That is my words of wisdom for all the happy people.
All right, that is a perfect bookend to this wonderful conversation.
Yes.
And on behalf of all the happy people that are watching this video, Shawnte, I want to thank you for taking the time out to be on the Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III.
Oh, thank you, Jesse. This was so much fun. I enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
All right, and this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series on prconnectionsradio.com. You can check out PR Connections by going on YouTube, going on Facebook, going on LinkedIn. We are always at the PR Connections Radio. And if you want more positive words of wisdom from the people I've interviewed, fear not. I opened up a brand new YouTube channel called Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III. Just type in Sunday Morning Chat Series with Jesse Oakley III, and you can hear from past interviews that I've done for plethora of positive people that are making big differences in the communities. And stay tuned for our next episode, which will take place next Sunday at 9 a.m. on PR Connections. Until then, this is Jesse Oakley III speaking. You take care of yourselves, and always have a good day, happy people. Bye.
Bye.
PR Connections Radio thanks you for watching this podcast. Check out more episodes of this show and our others at prconnectionsradio.com.